what we got. We've got the Priority Apollo. Here it is in all of its internal gear, Gates belt drive glory. Shimano flat pedal / SPD jammers on there. To the meat of all of it, we've got the Spank Spoon 60 Rise handlebars, which look absolutely sick in my opinion and offer a lot of comfort. We've got these Avid FR7 levers here, so these are mechanical levers. We've got the Alfine 11 thumb shifter here that comes in black and silver. Unfortunately, they didn't have black, which I would have much preferred, but I wanted to get this build going, so I picked up the silver one. And to match that, I got this bootleg spur bike, or spur bell here, that looks like a spur, but is not, but is definitely not. But sounds pretty good. Nice and loud to warn anybody that I'm coming up behind on the trail. I've got the Ergon grips here, Brooks C13 145mm saddle. I've kind of gone through a lot of saddles, and this one I've definitely landed on in terms of it being nice and narrow. I like the cutout here, but it also is really comfortable, especially for gravel riding. We've got the WTB rattlers in the 40C variant, and that's pretty much it. The cabling is pretty clean. I'm pretty happy with it. I've got these zip ties to kind of keep things under control up here in the front. What I'm going to do eventually is get those little foam covers and then kind of slip that in here so that it doesn't rattle as much. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and the stem, gravity stem, and a 50mm variant, which again, I've had on there since I've had the drop bars with the Apollo, and I love this stem. Especially when you put flat bars on it, it definitely changes up the handling of this bike. It makes it a lot more flickable and twitchy, which is a good thing. I kind of like that ride characteristic, especially when I'm off-road and I'm able to kind of quickly do some technical maneuvering and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the bike as it is now, as a flat bar gravel bike, urban explorer, off-road ripper. And what we're gonna do now is just get into some gravel. So let's go. Made it to the park and ride, and now we got the Apollo. And now I'm just gonna commute and give you my overall riding thoughts as it's happening. So let's do this. Forgot my helmet, and that sucks. Oh man, so I just did this flat bar conversion last week, and this is basically the first ride that I've gone on now with it. And I've got these Ergon grips, a Brooks saddle, and this thing feels so different. I still have the shorter stem on here because when I first got the Apollo I had to do that, and when you put flat bars on here with like he's got a little bit of a back sweep to him, it definitely shortens the reach, but it also made the bike feel, some might say twitchy. It definitely reacts really quickly to a quick turn, which is good because that'll be great for off-road riding. And that's, you know, I'm used to that. So, right off the bat, this fish feels way more, I don't even know, this feels sick. But these Ergon grips, man, those are way comfy. They give the palm some extra support. Wider bars, feels real stable. And what tires? I have on the WTB 40C Rattlers, and that's kind of set up to be my like gravel bike, my ultimate off-road gravel bike right now.
Man, the levers feel really good. Doesn't really change. Hello. Doesn't change the modulation at all. I mean, they react a lot quicker, and that's maybe because, I don't know. But yeah, doing this conversion was really easy. I bought the handlebars, the brake cables, the thumb shifter, and the grips. And that's pretty much all you need to do to make this conversion possible. The bars aren't too wide where I can't get in between traffic. Yeah, that's fine. Feels good. And the freaking belt drive still feels amazing. But yeah, holy crap, completely changed this bike. Its handling is more agile, again, almost twitchy, but still stable because they're wider bars. So that's like a twitchy, stable feeling, which is kind of crazy. My riding position, it's definitely more upright, and having the 60-degree rise on here, or 60-millimeter rise, definitely, it doesn't put you completely upright like you're the freaking witch on the Wizard of Oz, but I'm still a little forward. My seat's higher than my bars, so I got like a dropped kind of aggressive kind of cross-country position on here. And again, really lightened up the front end. You can lift it up really, really easily, and the steering became almost twitchy in a sense. But man, it's so smooth. I can't, and that's not because I converted it, but that's just the Apollo in general. So having a flat bar gravel bike that you can use as a commuter and just ride around town is so sick. I love it. You can do different kind of hand positions here. It doesn't offer as much as like drop bars. You know, you get like 3 different positions you can do with drop bars at least. So that's one thing to consider. Yeah, dude, this is awesome. I absolutely love it. I love it. I can't wait to take it off road. Okay. Oh man. Made it up the first bigger climb. Oh man, I'm out of shape. I've got like a good seat to bar drop height, you know, but again, flat bar, shorter stem is like twitchy handling, but the wider bars kind of negate that. What especially feels nice are these ergon grips, because the rubber is real nice and compliant, so I can just rest my palms here while I'm climbing, and on this jaggedy stuff, that rubber from the grips soaks up all the, you know, micro jitters and bumps, and yeah, it feels real comfy actually. Oh man, kind of going downhill now, and this bike feels so stable. Little jump, whee, pop it up, no big deal. Digging the wide bars on the Apollo here. Wide flat bars, stability, more of an upright riding position. Putting a flat riser bar on this thing has completely transformed it. Where am I? I don't know. Getting lost. So where are we going? We're going way downhill. All good. Oh well. Just because. I gotta turn around before we can get into the 680, but that's all good. I gotta pick up my kid, but I can talk to you a little bit more about the climbing characteristics. When you go flat bar on the Apollo, it definitely wants to come off the wheel when you're climbing. You kind of hit this little guy. Woohoo! Whoa, I'm jumping, dude. See, while the steering feels twitchy like that, it's still stable and counteracted by having wider bars. So I mean, interesting steering characteristic. The lever pull has these brakes kind of biting earlier, I think, or I can't tell if it's just because of the different hand position. I'm not sure yet. It feels like the brakes are stronger in a sense that they bite quicker, but still have smooth modulation and still have plenty of stopping power. This feels amazing. A worthy upgrade if, you know, you're more used to a flat bar, being that you've come from a, I don't know, another hybrid bike or a mountain bike, then totally worth it. For me, going downhill on a flat bar is way more kind of like what I'm used to. So what are my long-term thoughts after having this bike for the past 9 months? It's a good question. Let's cover that. Well, I can tell you from a maintenance standpoint, I've done nothing to maintain the belt drive. No oil, nothing. Maybe washed my bike once or twice, and then by then I just like sprayed it off with some muck off, which that stuff is magic. Squirting the bike with muck off, hosing it off. Haven't had to do anything to maintain the belt. Ooh, that bell rings. Maintenance wise, I've done nothing to maintain the belt. Awesome. I've had 2 flats, both on the rear, one with a tube and one tubeless. And I think that has to do with the fact that, you know, I like to go off-road, but then I also like to jump around and flick my back end around and hit little hips and go over really rough stuff pretty hard. And having the rear hub on the back tire adds that much more weight. And so I don't take that into consideration when I'm doing that stuff. And I think that has to do with, you know, those flats, it just being heavier. And the fun factor, you know, this bike is silent, quiet, very smooth to ride. And that's really enjoyable. Makes for a really enjoyable riding experience. Yeah, I don't know, this bike has just always been there for me. It's like the really good friend. So I guess when you're taking that into consideration, then this bike rules for that. Ooh, we're back. What I was saying is, this bike has been a ton of fun to ride. Super reliable. Absolutely no maintenance that I've done on it for the last 9 months. The belt drive hasn't made a peep. This bike has been fun and reliable. And that's as simple as it needs to be. If I try to go too far into it, then I'm just gonna end up saying the same thing over and over again. So what's it like having a flat bar gravel bike and the Apollo, to be specific? Is it worth the upgrade, and would I recommend it to you? Yes, but only if you're used to a flat bar. Don't do it if you're a road cyclist going to a drop bar gravel bike. Not worth it. If you're a mountain biker going to a gravel bike and the drop bars feel a little bit funny to you, but you love your Apollo, or you love the existing gravel bike that you have, and you want to put a flat bar on it, yes, absolutely do it. You're gonna feel right at home, and if you're going on actual off-road terrain, it's gonna feel a lot more stable and controllable because you're used to that already. The 9-month update is this bike has been fun and reliable. with zero maintenance, literally zero maintenance. That's pretty much it, man. The Apollo Priority bikes in general, they make bikes to be reliable, to commute with, and have a lot of fun on. And I think that company kind of nails it on the head. So again, huge shout out to Priority on that front. And this bike again has been fun and reliable. And if you're looking at a flat bar conversion, either on this bike or another gravel bike, then do it. Especially if you're coming from a mountain bike background, because it is a lot of fun and it feels right at home. That's it for this video. If I left anything out, please drop a comment below. I will be sure to answer it. You can follow me on Instagram at TimAllDay. Thank you for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, ride your bike, and surf some dirt. We'll catch you in the next one.